Hi, I'm Mariana Reads, and today I want to film a little what I have been reading recently. Today is currently the 24th of February, and because I'm currently kind of overwhelmed by university, I want to start attempting to film videos without a lot of editing. So, this is my first attempt per se. So, these are the books I've read so far in February. I've read six of them. I'm currently reading one on my Kindle that is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I'm sorry if I mispronounced. This is a dark romance, but yes. So, the first book I've read in February is Games We Play by Dana Isley. If I'm not mistaken, I think it is Dana Isley. And this is a short summary romance book, and it was entertaining. It is not a masterpiece, but as I said yet again, we don't read summary romance books for the masterpiece. We read it to pass time. So yes, I think I gave it 2 or 3 out of 5 stars, but I will put the rating here if I can. Then I read. Let me check. Let me grab my phone. Then I read Neon Girl. I've heard this book on audio because I saw a TikTok that Katie Roberts put this audiobook for free on Spotify, and I've heard the audiobook, and they were the worst 10 hours of my life. Literally, it was so boring, so poorly executed. I think Hades is one of the most interesting mythological creatures one can write about, and somehow Katie Roberts made this story boring. She made one of the most powerful gods sound petty, jealous. I don't think it is worth the hype, but if you like it, you go, girl. But they were always talking about, oh, Hades is this, Hades is that, and literally, when it came to showtime, where's the flavor? There was no flavor, and Persephone was so annoying, so annoying, and the tie up of their love for each other, the relationship was so anticlimactic. Such a disappointment. I don't like this book at all. I think I gave it 1 or 2 stars. I think I gave it one, but I will put it here. Then I have the physical copy of this book. I read it physically. This is the first book I've read physically since I have my Kindle, and that is Alone with You in Ether by the one and only Olivia Blake. And I love this book. I've posted prior to this one a dedicated book review, small short book review, and this is one of my all-time favorites. I'm sorry about the noise. Why though? Why? And this is literally high up there with The Song of Achilles, The Poppy War, Miss Sport, and Dune. I'm obsessed with this book. I will never stop recommending this book. Look at this. Look at this. I had to stop myself to not tab multiple times in one page, and I'm obsessed with this book. If I were to choose a love story to live it in real life, it would be this one. Love it. I'm obsessed. Read Alone with You in the Ether. You're welcome. Then I've read Jade City by Fonda Lee, and I did not dislike this book, but I was expecting so much more because some booktubers I trust here on booktube, they sell out this book as a immersive, very complex, very well developed fantasy book, and it is, but they forgot to mention that this book is a urban fantasy, and I thought this was like a high epic fantasy, and this is none of the sorts, and I don't usually gravitate towards urban fantasy, so I had to physically force myself to finish this book, not because it is bad, but because it was sold to me as a different subgenre of fantasy. But if you like urban fantasy, this one is for you. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, yet I don't think I will dismiss the possibility of finishing this series, but it is not a priority. But I love Hiro, I think it's how you say. I love Hiro, I love Shay. I love so many characters in this book. The sibling and family's dynamic were exquisite. I love the representation. I love it. This was very politics heavy. I like that. This follow follows like a mafia family, and it is really interesting. But as I said again, urban fantasy is not my genre. So yes, if you like it, girl, this one is for you. Then I read a literary fiction book. I think that is genre, speculative fiction. Tender is the Flesh. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, but I love this book. Basically, somehow there's a virus that attacks all like meat in the world except for humans. So basically, the world legalizes cannibalism, and how this follows how this speculates how humanity would deal with this type of scenario. And I don't know why I gave it 3 stars. I thoroughly enjoy it, and if this happened in real life, Tender is the Flesh is how we would react to this. And it was so disturbing because you just know mankind would react like this, and it was disturbing. Check the trigger warnings. There's animal torture, a lot of death, killing. There are a lot of stuffs, and rape also, sexual assault. So please check the trigger warnings. But if you're looking for something out of the box, I will definitely recommend Tender is the Flesh. And lastly, I also have the physical copy. I read Fairy Tales of the Macabre by Olivia Blake. As you know, Olivia Blake, she has me on a chokehold, so I have this. This is a short story collection, and I find it very hard to describe short stories. I find it hard overall to describe books, but short stories, because there are, I think, 5. One is a sneak peek for Masters of Death, but I think there are 4 short stories, and all I can say is that these short stories are kind of dark, twisted, intoxicating, captivating. They are so fast paced, and I don't know, girl, baby girl, you, Miss Olivia Blake, your words are poetry. Your writing is like crack to me, and I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with your work. I will read all of your books. This is my life mission. I will read all of your books, and yes, this is a very short read. But yes, I don't think this has trigger warnings, but this deals with death, ghosts, not ghosts, death. And yes, I liked it. I'll recommend it if you want something short to read, something to reach your reading goal by the end of the year. But also, I would recommend it because it is genuinely good, and I love Olivia Blake. Olivia Blake, you have my heart, always and forever. So yes. So these are the books I've read recently, and yes, I think I've read 6 books. Yes, it is quite good because university classes started already, and let's see what the future holds. See you on the next video. If you want, please comment what your recent favorite read was. See you on the next video. Bye!